This is what a beginner makes at Lions, an intermediate gatherer, a soft cap gatherer, and an endgame gatherer. On top of that, you can gather lions for a really long time without running out of energy and use their meat to cook good recipes at a really high profit. If this sounds good to you, you have chosen the right video, because I'm going to explain to you where to find lions, how to prepare for them, which rotations to use, and how to gather them efficiently. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to improve your gameplay or hang out on stream, hit subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single piece of content. Before we go into the rotations, I want to clear up two common misunderstandings. First, lion meat has a higher item price than most other meat, yes. But that doesn't mean you should just sell it. King of Jungle Hamburg is very profitable, even when you don't make Imperials from it or use it in Valencia meals. And of course, it's going to be even better if you do make Imperials or Valencia meals. Example calculation. A cook in the master levels with a mix of duo and tri-manus accessories makes 150 million silver per hour. A Guru 40 cook with tri-manus accessories makes 250 million silver per hour. And a Guru 50 cook with Tet manus accessories makes almost 400 million silver per hour. This is with self-gathered lion meat and all other materials bought from the market. And these numbers are from just the cooking. Don't lump in the gathering from earlier, but keep these two separate. Second misunderstanding. There are rotations out there that don't use the horse. I get that Musa, Meiwa, and maybe a few more classes are really fast moving compared to most of the others. But even if you're playing a fast moving class, it is really not a good idea to do a lion rotation on foot. The lions are spread far apart, so a horse gives you a huge efficiency boost. Let us talk about the preparations you have to make for a pleasant lion gathering experience. That's gonna be a minimum level of gear, a decent horse, consumables, and a tool. We will go through each of them quickly. Lions fight back. You're gonna need Oasis gear or something with similar stats. Right now, there is an Oasis event that lets you buy tri-boss weapons and armor at Ellie, the Oasis vendor. You can find Ellie at the stable keepers of all major towns. The gear costs 1 silver per piece and requires level 56 to equip. If you're watching this video after the Oasis event ended, you can use something like Narchilan gear or tri-boss gear. I'll make a video on how to obtain Narchilan gear and link it below when it's done. Some classes need Tet Kutum to one-shot the lions, but I've heard from a lot of people that they went without it and didn't complain. Your horse has two purposes. First, it moves you faster from pack to pack than you could travel on foot, despite the time it takes to mount and dismount. Second, it aggros the lions and groups them up nicely so you can kill them all at once. This is why you'll benefit from a fast horse, a bit of horse gear so your horse doesn't die instantly, as well as carrots and carrot juice in your hotbar. I'd recommend a level 30 tier 8 horse or dream horse, but according to others, lower tier horses are fine as well. The terrain at Lions does not slow you down, so there is no need for a unicorn or camel. Most people have a set of +5 or higher blue horse gear, but you can use different levels of green horse gear if you are on a budget. I've seen people successfully gather lions at 90 horse DP. If you can do it on a lower horse DP, let me know in the comments and I'll quote you in the pinned comment. In terms of consumables, aside from carrots and carrot juice, you should bring some HP potions for yourself. Some lions always end up attacking you, and you want to be able to heal in case of emergency. Other than that, your standard gathering buffs, alchemy stone and pet feed. As for your tool, we are gathering lion meat, not lion blood, which is much less valuable, or lion hide, which doesn't even sell. What type of butchering knife? If you cannot get more than 650 butchering mastery, use magic butchering knives and silver embroidered clothes, or armor. If reaching 650 butchering mastery or higher is no problem, use a mastery setup. High mastery is going to make lions a particularly awesome spot together, but a magic knife works just fine as well. If you are interested in increasing your gathering mastery, I have an entire video about that, linked below for you to watch. Go and bookmark it if you want, or add it to watch later, but don't watch it yet because we are just getting into the good stuff with lions. The lion spot is located in Valencia near Ancando Harbor. If you don't want to ride through the desert to get here, you have to pass through Gahaz, so be careful. If you are low geared or extremely unlucky and get stuck while autopathing, The bandits might kill you and your horse and your crystals. Personally, I autopath to Shakatu and ride the rest of the way manually. But that's just because I have people who depend on me. When they can look out for themselves, I might just autopath into a sandstone bear trap instead of putting up with all this shit. The rotation I want to show you starts at the lion icon on the map. Go figure, it's a lion rotation. That's still pretty iconic though, isn't it? The first pack has 6 lions. There is one straggler to the right that is not efficient to pull in your first round. After the first round, it will only follow you sometimes. Most of the time, it resets and goes back to its spawn. Let me know in the comments if you find a way to pull it reliably. As you can see, I'm gathering from a distance. If you don't know how to do that, the gathering guide I recommended to bookmark earlier has a section on that. The second pack is the biggest one out here. There are 9 lions in one place, and they can all be pulled very comfortably. Note how they are all attacking the horse, but it's recovering its HP as fast as it's getting hit. This is a skill dream horses have. You can awaken your horse and get decent gear for it if you don't want to use carrot juice. The next pack is optional. We are doing the pink rotation in the picture. There are 6 lions again, but it is a little out of the way. The reason I'm showing you the pink rotation is to demonstrate how easily you can extend any of the smaller rotations nearby if you outgrind them. Also, I find it really satisfying to kill this pack because it is on the little hill. Unlike the previous pack, the next one is mandatory. This comes with 6 lions again. If you can see that there are stragglers straying to the far left, you should ride in from there to pull them all. It is generally not a problem to aggro every lion if executed correctly. I'll be grabbing the most northern pack of the rotation as well. It only has 4 lions and a lot of people skip it. Sometimes they even ride directly past it and don't gather the lions. I'm still showing you the pink rotation because again, if you do happen to be really fast, you can extend any of the smaller rotations nearby the way I do it. The next pack can have a straggler far north on the rock or a straggler in the far northeast. You can pull all lions, but you have to watch your entrance route and perhaps readjust it next time if you miss the window to pull all. The minimap usually helps with this. If it's nighttime, it might be easier to spot monsters by the blips on your minimap than at the center of your screen. The last pack consists of 7 lions. There is one more lion to the bottom right of it, but you cannot reasonably expect to pull this one. It is best to ignore it, don't waste your time. And with this pack, we have done a loop. I have more good information for you. I want to share 3 tips to speed up your lion gathering, information about the other rotations, and 2 secret locations with a precious resource that you can get your hands on not far from here. But before we go there, I'd like to ask you to consider supporting me on Patreon. Due to my real-life situation, I have very little time and budget to create content. But I do want to publish high-quality videos that help or entertain you and keep up a reasonable upload frequency. I just launched the Patreon page and would like to thank Tazgar and American McG who are already supporting me with a small monthly payment. If you would like to join them, you can find a link to my Patreon page below. Back to the tips. You can speed up your lion gathering by improving your pulls. A perfect pull spends minimal time on horseback, pulls every lion in the area, and involves no movement time in between the gatherers. I'm convinced that this is all a matter of practice and familiarizing yourself with the quirks in this game. You should pay conscious attention to your pulls. This will automatically make you improve faster. Next, instead of walking up to your horse and pressing R, you mount it by mouse movement the same way you would gather from a distance. See how it kinda vacuums you onto the saddle? If you don't understand what's happening, you should watch my Beginner to 2000 Mastery Gathering Guide later and pay attention to the section on distance gathering. It's the same concept, just applied for a different purpose. The last tip to increase your speed is about avoiding certain mistakes. Do not holster your weapon unnecessarily. Do not gather the herbs in the area by accident. And do not pick up item drops from lions through the R dialogue. These measures combined can save you a few seconds each round, which adds up to a significant efficiency boost. About the other rotations from earlier, I spoke to some of the best gatherers in the game and they said that all rotations are pretty much equivalent. So if the pink rotation or the smaller ones inside it are taken, you can do the orange rotation or the black one in the middle without any efficiency loss. I'm now going to show you 2 gathering locations where you can find Mythril, the rarest ore in the game. Melting it to shards and turning it into pure crystals through alchemy is very profitable. There is only one worker node where you can get it as a rare drop, and the rate is so low that you can hardly get anything. This is why I like mining the Mythril Ore from these 2 spots, on my way to and back from Lions. And if I'm not on cooldown, I swap channels at the second spot on my way home to gather it twice. The first spot is on a hilltop and the second spot is in a ridge. I'm showing you where they are in the video, but in the future you can use somethinglovely.net to locate any gatherable resource you want. Are you excited about the Mythril? Do you think it would even be worth interrupting your lion gathering for it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Because the second spot is so hard to find, you can use a nice quality of life feature in the world map. This way, you only have to find it once and the game will memorize it for you. If you set a waypoint on the world map or minimap, you can click on Save Location in the world map, name it, and it will save to the Favorites tab in the NPC search menu. From there, you can quickly set navigation or delete it from favorites anytime. Did you know this feature? Here is the King of Jungle Hamburg recipe that corresponds to the profit figures from the intro section. Most beginners spam pickled vegetables for cooking experience anyway. Teff and nutmeg are available through worker nodes. You can hold on to the regular King of Jungle Hamburg to make Valencia meals later. And you can box the rare proc into Master Imperials to hand in daily. Or if you're already doing Guru Imperials, you can sell the rare proc. Keep the regular ones for Valencia meals or sell a part of them, it is up to you. If you want to learn how to make Valencia meals, please wait for the next video in my Valencia Meal series. When it's done, I'll link it below. If you'd like to help out my channel, consider supporting me on Patreon and hit subscribe and the bell on YouTube if you haven't already. I'd appreciate if you could leave a like and a comment. And that's it for this video. See you soon, or perhaps in the Beginner to 2000 Mastery Gathering Guide if you haven't watched that yet.